TBD starts now.
Welcome back, folks, to another exciting, not just episode, but season of TBD with JB and JB. That's right, you guessed it, am JB. With me, as always, is JB. JB, tell the folks hello.
Hello, folks. It's JB here.
I didn't feel like you meant that, JB.
Yes, I did.
I mean, we've been gone for
hello, folks.
Now I just feel like you're yelling it.
I
so
am
try to
sorry.
Be more. So I missed you guys. JB didn't, but that's okay. Well, what did you do on your break? Your winter break?
My winter break mainly consisted of getting ready for my incubated seed to hatch.
That's right. We discussed this in last season.
Yep.
About the birthing sack and
Indeed,
that whole
it's
process.
getting bigger and bigger.
Ooh,
protruding. We're having to get extra hoodies, extra large hoodies.
Has it birthing sack reached the point where it started to become like see-through, like a little translucent?
It's translucent.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can see it floating around in there. That's how you can tell what type it's going to be.
Right, you can see it swimming around and based on how it swims.
Amongst the placenta and such.
Yeah, it swims a little effeminate. It's probably a girl.
Perhaps.
I mean, I'm not a doctor. I don't know how to tell sex from a birthing sack.
Well, you can see.
So you've been reading up on all the birthing sack books.
Yeah, I know all about it now.
How to hatch babies.
Indeed, we're gonna do a home hatch.
Ooh, home hatching.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do the soft boiled home hatch, like where you put them in that big tub of water and heat it up?
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's the only way to do.
Yeah, I've seen some videos. I've seen videos, and surprisingly, the babies like never cry. It's actually supposed to be pretty good. So I commend you for having the
courage.
Yeah, they really just say fuck you to hospitals. Like, I know I hate hospitals.
Not a big fan.
Yeah, so over my break, since you were kind enough to ask me about it.
Well, if you would have let me.
Yeah, okay. I got a very large cut in my leg, and much like you, I was like, fuck hospitals, and I did not go to a hospital about it.
Did you have Eric stitch you up?
Oh, yeah. I just had him through a couple of those butterfly stitches.
Did he actually?
They're like stickers.
Did he actually do it for you?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That's funny because he's done that for me as well.
Oh, I know he has. He's super glued some of your wounds together. Anyway, folks. That's
all that you did.
That's all.
I think 5 months. You just cut your leg open.
Yep.
So you've just been healing this whole time?
Mm-hmm. Well, it takes a long time if you don't go to the hospital. Those guys know
true.
what they're doing. They have lots of modern technology, medicine.
So this was a self-inflicted cut? Or?
Oh, I did it just
Did you fall off of Enchanted Rock again?
I did it to myself to show that I don't need hospitals. Like, that was my whole goal for my
So this is like an off-season study?
Mm-hmm.
Did you write a paper about
Absolutely
it?
Not. No, you're the only person I've told about this.
Oh, well.
It's more for me. Like, it's just like my own peace of mind. I know in the future when the zombie apocalypse hit, I cut my leg, I'll be fine.
As long as Eric's with you.
Yeah, as long as I have Eric to heal me. Someone who's, trained as a nurse and works in a hospital,
Sounds like a great plan.
Yeah, it sounds like a perfect plan. That's all I did last 5 months. I guess all you've been doing is reading and getting ready for
this is true.
Your seed.
Yeah, my seedling is about to hatch.
and flourish and sprout its various flowers and whatnot.
Its wings, if you will.
Is it going to have wings?
Yeah, I can see them, They're sprouting. They're just like little nubs.
Yeah, I hope they're functional. Like, I hate it
Well, I think it takes a couple years for them to develop.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So.
Yeah, well, I'm not a dad. I'm not reading the books. I don't really care about any of that stupid shit. I don't even really care about your child.
Well, don't you remember it's going to be our advertising tool?
Oh, that's right.
So we've already discussed this. This has been the plan from the beginning. It's really
more of an investment for me. Like, right. I see it as a business opportunity.
That's fine. It can one day work for us, perhaps.
From the day it's born, it's going to work for us. After that birthing sac cracks open and the child crawls its way out, it'll be just fine. It's going to be pure money in the bank.
Can't wait.
So we're back. We know you didn't miss us, and that's okay. Me and JB hit the drawing board, and we realized, season 1, maybe not the best season that we could have done. And I think the number one thing that held us back really was Eric. We promised you guys we were going to have our transcripts for our podcast, and he just never got around to finishing it up. There was a bunch of spelling errors.
Well, he's busy healing you, so.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he did help me heal up, but he could have done 2 things.
I think we've discovered he's actually better at just being our medic and not working in our transcribing company.
Yeah, I guess he can just keep working in this stupid hospital. Whatever, who cares? So, yeah, we're doing things a little bit different this year. We are not transcribing any of these podcasts into written word, so I'm not allowed to say anything about our viewers because we aren't going to have any viewers this season, which makes me very sad.
Listeners only.
Listeners
please.
only this year. This is listeners only. And on top of that, we're gonna have some guests this year. I'm hoping we can get some more people on the show. Starting off, we got a very special guest. He's been mentioned on the podcast several times before. With us today is San Antonio's own JT Streets.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. That's great.
Oh, it's so nice to have you here, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, we've been threatening to get you on here for a while.
You guys really have, and I guess, am slightly thankful and also kind of annoyed. I wish you wouldn't welcome me and ask me in the form of bricks against my door.
Well, I mean,
that was a little excessive.
I did very specifically say we were threatening you into coming on the show, and
it really wasn't an option.
Yeah,
bricks were just the beginning.
You're lucky we didn't get past bricks.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, but it's great to have you, though. Thank you so much for coming out today. Jason, I know you were a little flabbergasted when I mentioned...
I was surprised that you knew JT, as I had only known him from the news.
Right.
So in my eyes, he was a bit of a, I don't know, I wouldn't say celebrity, but person on TV
that goes away quick, though, right?
Yeah, now that he's in your face,
well, no,
he's a celebrity.
Well, I wouldn't call him a celebrity anymore. No,
exactly.
But I will say,
all it takes is meeting me.
I will say that if I was passing the television and his segment came on, I stopped what I was doing and I wanted to see what he had to say.
That is very sweet of you, JB.
Thank you.
I have a question, JB. I'm just testing your knowledge.
All
here.
right.
I mean, I hate to be the one to call you out. What would you say was your favorite segment that you watched?
I can't say offhand.
Yeah, because they're all so good.
Well,
I feel the same way.
It's been a while since.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since I've seen one. That was several years ago.
That's actually sad but true.
I didn't watch the news every night. And I don't even know, were you on every night or are you only on once a week?
Monday to Fridays.
Oh, you were on every day. You had a segment every day?
Yeah.
And your segment was 5 minutes, 10 minutes long, or
it felt like
3
it, but it was
hours
actually
long.
a minute and 45 seconds.
So if I happen to catch
that 1 minute and 45 seconds,
1 minute and 45 seconds
5 times
that he
a week.
was on, then
I also
then
put them all on
stopped.
the web too, but no big deal.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not a web crawler, and
Oh, so. Jason doesn't have the internet.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah,
well, it's the next big thing.
Yeah, I keep trying to tell him it's a
really
lot
taking
easier
off
to get like our podcast online.
Do you think it'll last though?
That's fascinating. You guys might be the first actually then analog podcast.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
You just distribute it door to door, or
well, what we do,
we put it on floppy disks.
Yeah, floppy disks.
That's brilliant.
And then we hand that over.
Well,
to...
it takes about 10 floppy disks for each person.
I blame JB for that.
Yeah, well,
I'm pretty archaic in my methods.
That went how I was hoping for it to. Yeah, you guys would have turned around, since you're both named JB.
I feel like you're the first person to take advantage of the JB situation.
Are you freaking kidding?
No, that was
so ripe. I mean, like that was just.
I think maybe he's the first person that got it.
Do you know that we both have very similar names?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. Well,
that joke was made clear to me before we started recording.
Hey JB, can I talk to you over here real fast?
Oh,
for a second?
yeah. Okay.
Hey, do you remember last year how you told me it would be really clever if we were to be called TBD with JB and JB because we would have the same last names and no one would pick up on that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, well, we had that conversation and now we look like assholes in front of my friend JT.
Well, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't realize,
okay,
man.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
All right, dude. Well, can we maybe we
let's
can
get back
change the name?
You know what? This is why we took those goddamn 5 months off. It's because of stuff like this.
I know. We really. I don't even know why we're starting this again.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, fine.
All right,
Can we get back to the show?
Oh, hi guys.
Hey,
sorry,
JT.
I didn't.
Oh, no,
Good to have you. Good
that's
to have
fine.
you. JT, what have you been up to the last 5 months or so? I understand you've been up to a lot. You've had a lot of
I mean
mainly
ritualistically cutting myself to prove that I don't need hospitals. But other than that,
yeah, it's the new thing. It's the new thing.
Yeah, I was really pissed when I heard you say that because it kind of stole my thunder a little.
If I'm being honest with you, I actually came up with that idea after seeing one of your segments.
Oh. Well, I'm glad to know that my segments made people cut themselves.
Yeah, it helps. It helps. It gets around.
I could see that. What have I been doing for the last 5 months? I got a new job. It's been very cool. I've actually transferred over to what, until very recently, I referred to as the dark side of the media force. I'm working for ESD Communications and Advertising now as a multimedia consultant. So
you said the dark side? Do you get like a Darth name for getting this new position, or
Darth Marketus or
Darth Marketus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, tell me more about this transition into the dark side.
A buddy of mine who was with us at Fox had gone over and was checking it out and was like, "Come on over. The water's fine. It's not scary."
Did you get your own lightsaber yet?
I did. It's very red.
Ooh, you went with the standard red. I see.
Yeah, I went with more of the burnt crimson of rage. Yeah, hate is definitely my spirit animal.
Well, it's good. Mine is Mel Gibson.
Oh, that's
not
a
lot of
color
people
of red.
Well, I mean, depending on his mood, and how much alcohol he has in his system, he can get pretty red.
Yeah, especially like in the neck to jowls area.
Yeah,
I find that's where Mel Gibson gets his reddest.
I focus primarily on the jowls. I think that part specifically on Mel Gibson.
So
is
if
my
you were
spirit
going
animal.
to eyedropper Mel Gibson's rage index, that would be the color you'd go with.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You get the little swab of paint.
Swatches.
Swatches?
I
You get a
swatches.
series. You got a bunch of swatches
I'm not a
of different
home-
colors.
And whichever one looks the most like Mel Gibson,
That's
that's
the one-
what you build
yeah.
your hate
Particularly
lightsaber
his
out of.
jowls.
His jowls, the jowl area.
Right.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So another thing, you said you're freed up more. That's I remember.
Yeah, I am.
So it seems kind of weird to me that you would stop showing up to a weekly gathering on Wednesday nights. That seems so strange.
Yeah. I have been otherwise committed on Wednesday nights.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Well, frees me up in the evenings.
I see.
You guys,
Not
with
in
your
the-
Wednesday
not in
gatherings,
the twilight.
your Wednesday gathering. By your Wednesday, you mean Wednesday start time at 11:45 p.m. that goes until 4:30 in the a.m. And I've got 9 o'clock call now, so I'm working human hours.
I feel like I don't see the problem.
I understand.
That's okay though. It's fine. I understand.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you're up to a lot of exciting things there, my friend. I'm
it's
very
fun.
glad to hear that.
It's fun. I will say this about the last couple of months. I got the coolest getting fired story ever. Mm-hmm. For people who don't know, I got fired from Fox 29 because I showed 3 seconds accidentally that had been approved by 2 producers of the frontman from Guar's costume unedited, which was a problem because Blothar has 4 gigantic udders hanging from his codpiece that are in the shape of phalluses. So I aired 3 seconds of fake rubber heavy metal dong and got fired for it.
That is peculiar because that's actually how I met my last girlfriend.
Her giant fake metal.
Yeah, she was
Phalluses.
wearing a large contraption.
Called a codpiece.
Yeah.
But yeah, she had a 4-udder codpiece, and she was roller skating around. Just
I
downtown,
could see how you
randomly.
would find that alluring.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was
Yeah.
amazing. I saw her. I thought of you, oddly,
Right.
and I was like, I'm now very attracted to this woman.
Did you actually edit the piece yourself?
I
or
did.
does some Okay, so
yeah.
you were aware that the cod piece
Yes.
was in the video.
Yes. And actually, I blurred it everywhere else I saw it. It's just one of the edits for some reason didn't render correctly
Oh,
or
the blur
didn't take.
didn't render?
Yeah.
I
and
see.
or maybe it got deleted accidentally or whatever. Point is, that 3 seconds didn't make it to air. We're not really sure how that happened because I saw it, a producer checked it and approved it. So it was crazy. You know,
Wow.
I was shocked when it happened, and it was totally unintentional and whatever. But
They
you know,
didn't. There's no leeway there.
yeah, I really thought there was gonna be, but no.
That
So-
was that like your first big fuck up, I guess, if you want
Yeah.
to call it.
I mean,
Everybody makes mistakes here and there, but I guess that's
was it the first time I put fake wieners on TV? Yes, it was.
And apparently that is the line at
Yeah.
Fox 29.
That's the one.
Fake wieners.
Well,
Yep.
technically, the line could be 4 wieners, and he just got them all out of the way all at once.
Right.
is
So
true.
I
Like, it
had
could be a
3
numbers
strikes,
And then you're,
Yeah.
and then that 4th wiener. That was the.
they're like,
yep.
whoa, 3 wieners. That's one thing.
Yeah,
3 wieners for 2 seconds, we'd be having a different conversation right
that's
now.
true. Maybe I just crossed the wiener to seconds on
Ratio,
television.
yeah. There's a ratio
threshold.
out there. I'm pretty sure there's an equation that we can find on the World Wide Web.
a graph of some sort that.
Yeah, there's a pie
Well,
chart.
we're
There's a pie chart
strictly
with 4
analog
penises on
here,
it.
so I don't know if we can.
Oh well, I
access
mean, we could
that
draw
technology.
we could draw a pie chart.
I
Is
see.
what I meant.
I see.
Or
But the,
chisel it on stone.
I'm sure that.
I have
is
a pie
thing.
chart on one of these floppy disks. I'm almost positive.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happened, and the aftermath was kind of cool in a weird sort of way. People came out of the woodwork and said thank you, and like we wish you weren't fired, and sad to see you go and all that. And then Guar actually found out about it and offered me free concert tickets and said that they felt sorry. And in the 30 years of them being on television, on Jerry Springer and all of this stuff, I was apparently the first person that had gotten fired for promoting them, or just doing a story on them. I guess that's a mark of distinction. I put it on my reel and resume that I am the only person to be fired for covering Guar. So that's something. Plus, I got a great fantasy football team name out of it, Blothar's Dick Utters. It was fantastic. We finished third in the league. So
very nice.
Yeah, one game away.
I got crushed
from the championships.
Did you drop Devontae Freeman this year? Only people that play fantasy will know this reference. But did you drop Devontae?
I did
Freeman?
not. I did not. I didn't get the opportunity to drop him.
Oh, I dropped him.
Yeah.
It was the worst moment of my fantasy life.
I drafted 6 running backs that ended up on injured reserve by week 8, and still managed to make it to the third place game.
Now, honestly, that sounds like you got out pretty lucky after this year's horrible injuries.
I feel like this is going to become the normal, the injuries. You know, I don't think
Jason,
anybody's safe.
JB,
so you call it horrible, but I'm pretty sure it's just normal.
JB, I don't know if you saw this, but Will Smith put out a movie all about the dangers of the NFL. It's called Men in Black 2. It's in the subtext. Like you have to watch the movie a couple times, but like on the fourth viewing.
Well, I'll have to watch it again.
On the fourth viewing.
You know,
I thought that movie was all about how aliens were coming down to Earth to run our Burger Kings.
Oh, I think you're thinking of 6 Degrees of Separation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I get my Will Smith films confused.
Yeah, it's also similar to Enemy of the State, if you've seen that film. That's pretty much the exact same.
No, I can see it now. It's a parallel. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite fast food films. Obviously, the top was
Good Burger.
I was going to go with Judge Dredd, where Sylvester Stallone and Sandra Bullock team up to save Taco Bell.
I also enjoyed another Sylvester Stallone, and I don't know if this counts, but Judge Dredd with Rob Schneider inside of the machine that turns garbage into food.
Also known as a Taco Bell.
Yeah, basically Taco Bell.
Yeah. Taco Bell. Poop mas.
But
I love Taco Bell. It's the best.
I'm not going to lie about it right now. I actually had 2 double-decker tacos right before we started this.
Man, I am throwing so much shade on your dinner, dude.
And I did also, I had a delicious Baja Blast freeze. So
classic
good.
Baja Blast.
Did I
for
manage
Josh.
to alienate your only sponsor? Is that what just happened? You guys, we got to walk it back now?
Well, here's the thing. We don't actually have any sponsors for the podcast per se, but I am personally sponsored by Taco Bell.
I get you.
So this is kind of a conflict of interest for me.
He's not allowed to go anywhere in public without Baja Blast in his hand.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cumbersome. My teeth are slightly stained green. It's rough.
He has a fountain at his house.
I'm very cold all the time.
Fills up his cup, walks out the door.
Yeah.
I would have gone with the fire sauce fountain.
Can you request that?
I didn't even
because
think of that.
I would like that.
I got my contract up for negotiation next month. I could really use some help on that. I'm getting fleeced.
So confession time. Let's play a little I have never here. I have never purchased fire sauce by the bottle from the grocery store. Obviously, we can't do the raise your hand, so it's a podcast.
We're raising our hands.
Oh, okay.
All right, okay.
So raise your hand if you have never purchased that from a store. Wow. Josh's hand is the only one that went up.
Wow, I'm ashamed with both of you right now.
I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry at all.
Sorry, not sorry. How many of these
Just
have you purchased?
the once.
Okay, I guess that counts as still.
Okay, then my hand still wouldn't be up.
All right.
Multiple
it's
times
just
for you,
so
JT?
much better. It's so much better than actually going to Taco Bell.
Oh, Taco Bell? No good.
Like the food itself.
Right, the food.
Guys.
The food, yes.
Like,
You're talking about
the Baja Blast and the fire sauce. It's amazing.
We're not sponsored by Taco Bell.
no,
we
we're not.
we have permission to speak freely. I discovered after going to Taco Bell one time and actually consuming the food that the only thing I've ever liked about Taco Bell was the fire sauce.
And that's the only reason you thought it was good.
Right,
Because
I would just smother their terrible sawdust that they mask for beef in fire sauce and then eat it. And so now that I can just go to the store and buy the fire sauce. I never have to go to Taco Bell again. I still do because I have no willpower, but I don't have to.
But you wouldn't have to.
Hypothetically, I would not have to.
The thing is that you just take your Taco Bell home and then administer your fire sauce via bottle.
Oh my God, you have done it.
Wait, so you still buy the tacos from Taco Bell and then take them home and just put your own fire sauce that you also bought from Taco Bell in there?
I just hate
true.
opening packets.
I will admit, I do hate those little packets. Because they're never, ever nothing, except for the mayo. The mayo is the only packet that they make that's large enough
really
to-
big.
Like a single serving of mayo.
And also the worst packet-based condiment for you. Like, why is that? Like, why do I get a thimble full of mustard, but if I get a thing of mayo, it's like as big as my arm?
Because I need that much mayo.
Because America.
Yeah, if I could just get like a whole bottle of ketchup every time I went anywhere, that would be great.
Well,
Personally.
that's why I buy the bottles of the Taco Bell Fire. There's another benefit, too,
That's your
is when you
ketchup.
run out of the bottle of Taco Bell Fire, you can just get a ton of packets and then squeeze the packets back into the bottle, and then you don't have to worry about it
Yeah, you
anymore.
don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
That's economically sound right there.
I'm a Taco Bell executive, and
Uh-huh.
I want you to pitch to me that you are going to do a Taco Bell commercial as Josh, the podcaster. What would your endorsement for Taco Bell be?
I'm talking to you.
And you are
as-
playing to me.
Oh, this is.
You're like, hey, Jeff Simmons, CEO of Taco Bell. I've got this great commercial for you. I've got this great endorsement that we did on our podcast for Taco Bell, and it goes a little something like this.
Oh, okay. All right.
Were you suppressing a sort of guttural reaction from your double-decker tacos that you ate earlier?
Oh, yeah, I have very bad gas right now from all the Taco Bell I had. So you'll have to give me a second.
Well, Josh,
Oh,
I'm not sure how I feel about your endorsement.
these horrible stomach cramps are really starting to debilitate me, sir. Oh, God. Is there a restroom I can use in an emergency situation right now and potentially destroy?
Get out of my office.
Well, I'm sorry. Was my pitch not as good as Taco Bell poop moss? Well, I'll tell you what, sir.
That's Live Moss, and we are very proud of that slogan. It cost millions of dollars in development for us to seem that inauthentically Hispanic.
Well, you know what, sir? I have one thing to say to you. When I woke up this morning and I drove down to Taco Bell in order to enjoy their delicious bean and cheese burritos made fresh daily and a double-decker taco with sour cream and tomatoes, delicious. Let me tell you something. I ate well there for less than $5. You understand that? I was full for less than $5 at Taco Bell. And this is how you treat me? You know, good day, sir.
Wait, son, that was the best damn testimonial for Taco Bell I've ever heard. You're hired.
And another thing, you, sir. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I missed that last sentence. Did you say something about me getting hired?
I said you were hired.
Oh, fantastic.
Get out of my office.
What is wrong with us? All right. We're going to take a small break. I'm going to enjoy this sweet, delicious Baja Blast Freeze from Taco Bell. Ah, that is so good. And we'll be right back, folks.
This portion of the podcast brought to you by Taco Bell.
Do you hate your body but love sugar?
Try our new triple decker taco. It's all the great things you love from a regular taco mixed with a soft taco mixed with sawdust.
Do you need to get out of a business meeting with debilitating stomach cramps? Do you not want to go to work tomorrow because of diarrhea? Try new Taco Bell's triple decker taco. Taco Bell. Poop moss. Or you can like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/TBD podcast with JB and JB. We're also available on iTunes podcasting app, Stitcher for Androids, and of course, SoundCloud. All you got to do is search TBD podcast with JB and JB. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can find JB at Shibbly Bibbly Boop. We're back from our break. So we're going to try something a little different. We talked about this at the end of last season. As you all know, we have yet to have decided upon a name for our podcast. It is still to be determined. So this season, we're going to try on some names. We threw a couple at you last season, let you know what we were going to do. Today, we have a lovely treat for you guys. Today, we're going to be taking it to the streets. So, without further ado, here we go. Welcome back to another episode of Taking It to the Streets. I am here, your trusted host, Chet Baker. With me, as always, Engineer Donald. Engineer Donald, say, you know what? Don't say anything. You talk too much, and I don't appreciate it. Just man the goddamn levels and stop giving me lip. All right, so as you all know, this is the podcast inspired by that beautiful song by the Doobie Brothers called Taking It to the Streets. For those of you who are new to the show, I, Chet Baker, was a troubled youth. I was in some gangs. I did a little robbery. I did a small stint in the joint. But one day, while I was shivving some guy, cops were pinning me against the wall. There was a song playing in the background, and they were talking about wealth inequality and sending messages to your brother, and it really touched me somewhere on the inside. So after a couple months in solitary, I turned my life around, and now I'm out here preaching the good word. I'm trying to make the world a better place, and I the Doobie Brothers, whereas the song I felt really focused on financial inequality. I concern myself with racial inequality. For instance, I do not like the way the Chinese are treated. No good. And as we all know, cab drivers, Indians, they are also treated very poorly in our country, and I do not like that. Gender inequality, also another hot button topic right now. You guys know I love broads. And
I believe that's not a preferred nomenclature.
The fuck are you talking about over there, Donald?
Well, the term broads is not typically used.
I'm sorry. Have you never seen the show Broad City? If they can use it, I can use it. All right? You got a problem? We got a problem? We got to take it to the streets?
We might have to take it to the streets.
Our trusty catchphrase, taking it to the streets. You guys know it. You guys love it. So let's just jump right into it today. We got a couple of guests. Of course, we usually have guests on the show. This is a debate show. I like to get views from both sides and, prove that I am right. Today we have longtime guest, Jeff Simmons, CEO of Taco Bell.
This is my first time here.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I apologize. I have so many CEOs from major companies across America stopping by my place. Last year, we had Billy Gates come through. Steve Jobs, both before and after his death. The latter was a little weird. It was a pretty stagnant interview, but I felt like it was still pretty rich. Jeffrey Sims, CEO. How you doing there, Jeffrey?
Jeff Simmons.
Jeffrey Simonowski. It's so good to have you here. I love that suit. What is that? What is that made out of?
Cloth.
Oh, that lovely cloth. Fancy guy wearing his cloth. Sitting on my right, our first time guest, maybe, I don't know, these guys all look the same to me. We have a fairly dirty transient named, let's see here, Duke. How you doing today, Duke?
That's correct.
Good to see you.
I was told that I would be getting some Taco Bell. Is this Jeff character? Does he have the tacos?
Oh, well, we will, as I said before, the podcast began.
They pulled me out of my box. I was under my bridge, about to go to the store.
Duke, look, you're gonna get.
He said I was gonna get Taco Bell.
Duke, you're gonna get your tacos, okay?
Okay.
We got it outside. We're gonna get you all taken care of, but you got to do the podcast first. You know the rules.
Okay. Well, I don't know the rules.
Oh, they weren't explained to you,
Chuck.
Duke? Huh? Duke, are we gonna have to take it to the streets?
We're gonna have to take it to the
Taking it to the streets.
I live in the streets.
Oh my God! So you don't actually ever take it to the streets? You just
No, I take it inside.
inside the streets like sewers?
No, It's opposite for me.
So you go
I
from the
fight
streets.
people, I
You're
handle
like,
my
look, you
business
want to take this
inside of
inside?
buildings.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. So, like, buildings are your streets,
Correct.
essentially, and the streets are your buildings.
Correct. So right now I'm a bit heated because I'm inside.
Oh, so you're in the streets right now?
Yes.
Oh my. Well, we're gonna have to watch ourselves around you.
At this point, my lawyers have advised me to say that at no point does Taco Bell or any of its subsidiaries or overseers endorse anything that has happened, is happening, or will happen on this disgrace of a travesty of a podcast. But I'm glad to be here.
Oh well, it's, once again, I am happy to have you. Now you said I could not help but overhear you say the word overseer. Now, are you referring to yourself in this particular instance? We have as your title CEO, but is that incorrect? Are you actually
Well, obviously,
an overseer?
Taco Bell is one of the many great companies that are overseen by Yum brands, as well as Pizza Hut and Kentucky Fried Chicken, or KFC, formerly known as Kentucky Fried Chicken. All fantastic food chains that have a global reach that spans billions of dollars and employs thousands of employees and consistently delivers hot, fresh, and tasty food to millions and billions around the globe.
I like to beg in front of the KFC down the block.
Are you, of course, referring to the brand new triple decker taco with sawdust? That thing is amazing.
It's actually one of our best sellers.
I believe it. It's I eat it and I'm immediately thirsty and hungry.
Yeah, it's 3 deckers of taco for the price of 2 with the nutritional content of none.
And this term Decker, I understand that's based on the television show Decker with.
Are you thinking of Becker with Ted Danson?
Am I pronouncing that incorrectly?
I believe so.
Decker.
Chet.
Chet Decker.
That's Becker.
That's what I'm saying. Decker.
Yeah. I know that's not correct, Chet.
Yeah, Decker.
As CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, I don't actually watch television, but my assistants tell me that Becker was underrated.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was Decker is one of the best shows I've ever seen. Wait, are you talking about the show with Ted Danson, or are you talking about the show where they build decks? Because I am definitely talking about the show where they build decks. It's about a group of deck building gentlemen. I mean, Ted Danson was on there for like one episode, but I would not say he's like the primary focus of the show.
CSI?
I don't think it really matters. Oh, Ted Danson.
I'll call him and ask.
That is a beautiful man.
You're friends with Danson over there?
Well, we 1%,
Jeff?
we all tend to stick together.
Well, I really liked him in that Bored to Death.
Oh, it
I
was
used
so
to
good.
watch it.
It was like
through the window
It was fucking wicked
of
good.
a couple that I was watching them, but I was sleeping near their house, and I would poach on their TV, their HBO. Mainly.
I'm amazed that they didn't smell you.
Well, I would stay outside the window
Even,
At night.
even still, though, I mean, you are.
Are you smelling me now, Jeff? And is it making you uncomfortable?
I'm not uncomfortable, but I smell you quite clearly.
I see. Well, I can't help it. I am a transient. I live under a bridge inside of several cardboard boxes
No, I mean,
that typically they get wet.
And that,
Right.
I can't believe I was.
And I was told that I would get some Taco Bell. So
again, Taco Bell does not endorse this podcast.
Oh, but we do have Taco Bell. Like I bought some before the show started up, so we have tons of Taco Bell. Like,
Well, we appreciate your patronage.
But do you want some?
No, I don't eat that trash.
Oh, that's
I
unfortunate.
mean, that delicious food.
So I feel rude for not asking this earlier, but like your outfit is quite fantastic too, Duke. I gotta say, you're dressed incredibly nice for a transient. What is that? What is that fabric you're wearing?
this is fine Egyptian cotton.
I see. Like that's
And,
got to be a real high thread count on that.
Oh, it's about 800.
Beautiful.
Are you
Indeed.
wearing bed sheets?
Well, at one point they were bed sheets. Yes,
They do look silky.
They
I
have
was gonna
been
say.
modified, if you will, to resemble more of a poncho.
You
if you will.
look similar to a Jedi. I hate to tell you
a
this.
Jedi. I'm not familiar with that term.
There was this like Star Wars movie that came
Star
out.
Wars. You mean back in the 70s and 80s, the Star Wars?
Well, I mean, they did come back then also, but like
I
there was
remember that. I never.
but there was
saw
some in the
those.
90s, and they just released the film. Like,
Well, I haven't been to the theater in
you
20,
haven't
30
peeked
years.
none of the houses that you look in on the
Well,
pirating.
No, just mainly watching Bored to Death on HBO.
Oh, you're just on that one
Yeah,
house.
typically just that.
Oh, well, considering that show is canceled, that's pretty impressive.
I never understood why.
Oh, it's another underrated show, just like Decker and Becker. So, I feel like we're getting a little off topic here, gentlemen. So the reason I have gathered us here today is we're going to discuss a topic that affects both the rich and the poor. And we're going to try to find some common ground here, gentlemen. And if we can't, we're going to have to take it to the streets. I mean, for those of you who are familiar with the podcast, every episode we bring a rich and a poor person together. We have a debate. Usually it will end in us taking it to the streets. And, it's a good fun. So, obviously, for those of you who listened to last week's episode, this week, we are going to be talking about none other than the song Taking It to the Streets by the Doobie Brothers. Now, I know a lot of our regular listeners may be confused and concerned because it seems like every week it's the same topic over and over again for the last 137 casts. But I rest assured, we have a whole list of topics that we put into a hat and we draw from on a weekly basis. Yes, we do put previous topics back into the hat. Unfortunately, we don't want to exclude any topic from conversation in the future. So let's jump right into it. Jeff, we introduced you first, but you're kind of a dick. So, Duke, why don't you tell us what you think of?
I don't much care for that Michael McDonald.
Oh, really?
No, I prefer Tom Johnston. But he's got the bleeding ulcers, and so I never listened to the album. Also, I'm homeless. I don't have a way to listen to albums, but I do watch HBO's Bored to Death.
Well, it is a lovely program, as I have mentioned before. We love Bored to Death here at Taking It to the Streets. Just great comedy, really like dry but still witty. It's a rare combination. Jeff, a rebuttal.
The first time I saw the group from my luxury box seats, I felt that the song really resonated. It was part of the reason why.
Jeff, I gotta interrupt you. Are you talking about the cast of Bored to Death right now?
I thought we were talking about taking it to the streets.
Well, I mean, we are talking about taking it to the streets, but I very specifically asked you for a rebuttal for what Duke had said. We're talking about taking it to the streets, but
right.
in the context of taking it to the streets, we are also talking about, like, he made a comment about Bored to Death. I feel like you're being very disrespectful right now.
I figured that because this entire thing is inane and that he is a dirty homeless person who watches HBO shows while stalking an innocent family, I would gloss over that and return to the original topic at hand.
No, I feel like he's not really stalking them so much as just innocently looking in one window. We don't even know the distance he is away from the window. Captions could be on.
I'm quite close. I have to read the captions. As you know, I can't hear from outside the house.
Oh, it does make sense that he would have to read the captions. Like, he has to read the captions.
I had to find... I went through several different couples until I found the one that watched their shows with the captions on.
Let me ask you this question, Jeff. What season of Bored to Death are you on right now? I assume you're finished with it. I mean, you have to be. It's been out for like a wicked long time, and it is a really good show.
Did this man just say that he went from house to house until he not only found a family that was binge watching Bored to Death, but found one with captions on?
Jeffrey, I don't understand what's
confusing. That is correct.
I don't understand what's confusing about the situation. The man is homeless. If he wants to watch a program, I feel like it's the only logical way to do it. Like, maybe up in your ivory tower, you get to...
in your box seats.
Yeah, in your box seats, you get to use your fancy binoculars and look at, neighbors' houses miles away, and you get to watch their HBO, but we, the common man... we have to watch HBO the normal way by finding a house in which it is playing, being binge watched. Obviously, I personally know how to read lips. I learned it in jail, but so I don't need the captions so much. But to each his own.
Is that analog piracy?
Oh well, I do watch it on floppy disks. I I prefer the resolution when people watch it on floppy disks in their home. So it's more difficult for me to find a place to watch Bored to Death. So I completely understand Duke's plight here.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to do it for me. Gentlemen, it's been real, but I'm taking it to the streets.
Oh, he's taking it to the streets. And again, for the 170th episode, The CEO has walked out of the room, taking it to the streets.
Did he leave with my Taco Bell?
Oh my God! Did he take the? Donald, is the Taco Bell anywhere in place?
Yes, Chet. I believe the Taco Bell has been taken.
Oh
by
my
Jeff.
God! That son of a bitch, Jeffrey
Are you
Simmons.
saying that there's no Taco Bell here anymore?
Hold on one second. I need to look something up. I'll be back. Donald, entertain the guests. I need to look something up real fast. Donald, you're not being very entertaining right now.
Yeah, Donald.
I asked you.
What the hell, Donald?
Come on, Donald,
Entertain
step
me.
up your
you
game.
know, you let Jeff leave with my Taco Bell.
Hold on a minute. All right. Apparently, the gentleman that was here earlier was in fact not the CEO of Taco Bell. Brian.
Are you kidding me?
Brian Nickel is the CEO of Taco Bell right now.
So who was that guy?
I don't know. He certainly wasn't Glenn Bell, founder of Taco Bell.
So are you telling me that there's not gonna be any Taco Bell here?
Oh well, I'm afraid.
Donald, is this man about to tell me there's no Taco Bell? Duke, I'm afraid he is about to tell you that there's no Taco Bell. I'm sorry.
Well, Duke, I guess it's time to jump into our final segment of taking it to the streets.
Is this where we take it to the streets?
We're
and
gonna
I
have to
beat
go
the
take
shit out of you.
Oh, we're gonna take it to the streets, and we're gonna go find this fucking Jeff Simmons, and we're gonna beat the shit out of him
Together.
Yeah, because that's what equality's all about at the end of the day, folks. You know, I usually like to do my sign-offs here. Duke, if you'll give me a moment before we go take it to the streets. We learned a lot today. You know, we learned about Taco Bell's new triple decker taco with sawdust, which is delicious. We learned that Bored to Death was a critically acclaimed but highly unappreciated show that lasted only 3 seasons, you know, ended before its time. We learned that Ted Danson may or may not have been on Becca or Decker. Decker being an amazing reality TV show about people who build decks. And we learned that at the end of the day, you know, we're all the same. We're all the same. Constantly thriving to find violent solutions to life's injustices. This has been Chet Baker. We're taking it to the streets. Signing off. And we're back. Hope you guys didn't miss us. And we hope you enjoyed that exciting episode of Taking It to the Streets.
It was one of the best.
If you guys really liked it, send us a message through Facebook and let us know if you enjoyed it. If you didn't like it, keep it to yourself.
JT was pretty good.
Yeah, you did.
Enjoyed
right.
having our first guest, JT Streets.
Yeah, I wish that Jeff Simmons character hadn't come by and ruined everything, though.
That taco stealing motherfucker.
Son of a gun. But yeah, no, it was great having him out here. And he has unfortunately departed from our ranks at this point. You know, I love hanging out with that guy. I don't get to see him very often. Especially don't get to see him on Wednesdays, do I, JT, out there in listener land? Never get to see you on Wednesdays. So, next week, we will be returning at the same Kablam time, same Kablam day, TBD Thursdays. So, what do we got? What do we got in store for the listeners next week?
Next week is going to be DOS Podcast.
Ooh, we're going to be trying on a little DOS podcast. I'm very excited about that one. It should be a wonderful time. Maybe we'll have a special guest. Who knows? The Shadow knows. Alec Baldwin. So I think that about wraps up our day, my friend.
That'll do it.
It's a wonderful place to be. I'm happy to be here. It's a lovely, lovely setup you have here. I'd like to thank, you know what? I'd like to thank you, JB, for getting this all set up for us. It's a pretty lovely little studio. I'm enjoying
Thanks,
it.
man. I appreciate it. Worked hard on it.
Yeah. And, oh, wait, hold on. I just got a message. Let me see here. Oh, we've been canceled. Oh, that's so weird.
Damn it.
It's weird about
Damn
that.
it.
Oh, that's so bad.
My life's work.
All right, folks. That's going to be it for us here at the 4 Ballroom Studio. Thank you so much for listening today. We hope you join us next week for TBD with JB and JB. And, of course, DOS Podcast.
Bye.
Get out.